Hey guys, Clover here. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day. Today we have the guaranteed going on right now and the 10x going on right now. But the most important thing that you need to worry about is silver. Silver in this game is one of the most important resources that you need to have control of in order to get your journey of your Raid Shadow Legend account to make it even stronger, the strongest as you can, as you want. All right. What is silver? How is it used? It's insane on where and how many areas of the game require silver and how important it is. You don't realize it, but just leveling up a champion, right, requires silver. Like as you go up, this requires 119,000 silver just to get this champion from level 1 to level 30 with brews. And this doesn't change when you put in food champions. You still require silver, and it's still something that you need to be aware of. It also counts for when skilling up a champion. You need silver for that as well. And ascending champion also needs silver, not directly, but when you do the potions here, look at how much silver you need. Like if I click this, 36 million silver would be gone. Other areas that require a ton of silver, and you only realize it when it becomes crazier and crazier, is the vault, your inventory, or the reserve vault. It's crazy on how much silver is required, right? For me, an end game account, I haven't even maxed out my vault because it's crazy to consider that if I click on this, I need 19 million silver or 670 gems to get these another 10 slots, which for me it makes no sense for it to be so expensive. It should honestly have been way lower, just to promote on getting more champions. That should have been the idea, right? So many different ways to get silver in the game. How can you be efficient with it? Well, first things first, as a new player, if you're watching this as a new player or even a mid-game player getting into the game, you need to understand on when to spend your silver. You'll be seeing multiple ways to spend your silver, as I've shown, especially through the market. This will be one of the most initial points for a new account where silver is spent, because you're looking at gear, you're even looking at champions, think, oh, this is worth it. 99% of the time the market gear is not worth it. I would only say if it's a speed set gear set, you should go for it, because that's the only time I would say it's worth it. And it's only worth it if it's an epic quality or higher with a speed substat in there. Otherwise, all of this is just trash. All of this will be ignored, and the only reason you should be checking your market is 5 times a month. Ancient shards will be popping up here, or mystery shards, and you need to be buying those just for obviously an ancient shard is worth 200,000 silver, because there's no other ways to get it guaranteed for such a low price. Okay, other ways where you need to understand that you'll be spending silver is obviously gear upgrading. And when you're upgrading gear, I'm not talking just the artifacts, also accessories. You need to understand that accessories have almost double the cost of artifacts. You need to be very careful when you're upgrading your accessories, and only upgrade them when you know it will be worth it. So if you just see an item right here at level 1, level 0, okay, and you see, oh, I might as well level it up. No, you shouldn't be doing this. You should only be upgrading your gear with a purpose. You should be just thinking, okay, I have a Bannerlord champion. That Bannerlord champion needs to have more speed. How do I get more speed? Through accessories, obviously through the banner. The rings and amulets will never give you speed. You are looking for other stats through rings and amulets. You're looking for the ring, as an example, you're looking for more health through a health percentage boost, or the amulet, you're looking for more accuracy or resistance to get either your tanky champion with more resistance, or your debuffer, your champion that applies a debuff, either a poison or a defense down or anything like that. You want to get them with more accuracy. You do that first, or you go with a banner with accuracy, as an example. But for these ones, if you have no reason to upgrade the item, don't upgrade them blindly, because you'll see how much the cost is just for a level 12. That was 760,000 silver just right there. And if I went ahead to try and sell this, which I would probably sell this, for my account, this is not really worth it. It didn't roll speed, although it does have a double on HP percent, so I'll probably keep it. It's a good example of just showing on the difference of how much you've just spent on and how much you'll get back from just selling it. 150,000, and that's because it's the highest quality gear available in the game, which is a legendary 6-star, right? I'm not even gonna go into mythical, because That's not a good example for, you know, beginner accounts or mid accounts. And then if we're looking at other pieces of gear, let's say you want to upgrade them to level 8. If you do that, it's still a big cost, 68,000. But this allows you for, if you don't get the good rolls that you want to, if you go and sell it now 151,000 versus the 68,000, you're actually having a net benefit of silver. And when you have that in mind, then you'll be more strict with when you're upgrading your, not only your gear, but also your accessories, so that you get more silver out of the whole thing and end up with a net benefit actually to your account. And that is very important to know and understand when you have things such as artifact enhancement events. These events are very crucial for when fusion comes or fragment collection comes, and you need to be saving your silver. A good 25 million silver should be the minimum that you have on the account at all times. 25 million silver is required on average to get those artifact enhancement done, and that should be done mostly through gear upgrades. You should be leveling up your gear first, your artifacts, and then your accessories only if you run out of gear to upgrade. When you're facing a situation where, okay, I have this item, I leveled it up to the maximum amount that I want, let's say level 8 for the rares, level 12 for the epics, level 16 for the legendaries, and you only go for level 16 when you are pretty much, yes, let's go, let's spend that 1.5 million or so to get that item to level 16. That should be the only time you get this decision. But you saw right here, level 12 took 338,000 silver. So a big reason to be to understand and be very careful on when to be spending your silver. Silver, although, you know, as you saw, I might have 56 million silver, other accounts have, you know, 100 times more than me, but obviously silver, it's very difficult to get. There's multiple ways to get them. The worst way, I would say, would be through the clan shop, where you're just straight up buying it for clan shop coins. If you're somebody that doesn't care about your clan shop coins, you can do this. The quickest way to get it, just spend 225. But for me, I would spend it on energy, buy the energy for 1,000 energy right here for 1,000 coins, and then use that in the biggest, you know, silver farming area of the game, which is the spider's den. The highest area that you can do will net you the highest gear, and out of that, you're also, you know, getting 2 birds with 1 stone, right? You're killing two birds with 1 stone. By doing this, you're getting the highest quality that you can possibly have for improvement of your account. I'm not talking about energy efficiency strictly here, but I'm talking about also improving your account. Since you are farming for those 6-star legendaries, eventually you'll reach this point. And when you're farming spider, you are getting accessories, and as you saw before, the highest quality can net you 150,000 for possibly 20 energy. Obviously, you won't be getting those every single time that you do a run, and that will be only for the 13% of the time, and then another 30% of the time for 6 stars. It's very rare that you get it, and most of the time it will be something like this, like a rare 5-star which sells for 50k. But again, this was 50k silver net out of 20 energy. And if you translate that 20 energy into stage 12.3 of the campaign, all right, still stage 12.3 of the campaign nets you the best experience and also silver compared to 12.6, which is best for experience but not so much for silver. So you would ideally be doing 12.3, and that is cemented in your brain as you're playing Raid Shadow Legends, and you'll be doing this stage for a long time. And I've been playing for 4 years. This hasn't changed really when I'm farming my champions level or when I'm doing champion training events or tournaments. It's this one. So when you're pushing through, let's say you have a farmer, takes like 20-25 seconds for a run, you get 12,000 silver here and then another 11 here, and this depends on the quality of gear. Usually you'll be getting 3 stars, and more rarely you'll be getting 5 stars. When you saw this, that was about 20,000 silver for, you know, the 8 energy. So depends where you want to be spending your energy. The most usual area that people spend their energy for when going for silver will be the spider, especially more end game accounts. But champion training would be ideal for the lower accounts, the mid game accounts, the accounts that still have areas where they need to put effort in. And you need to have that in mind when you're going for your silver farming, because your silver farming is, although essential, your account progression is also essential. So I would say don't focus so much on silver when you still need to get more level 60s going. And other areas where you can get silver is even here. The if you click on the members tab and you click on this icon right here, once a day when you have all 30 members completing their daily quests, you'll be able to get this one. If they're not so active, it might take 2 or even 3 days for this to actually pop up. You can get some silver out of there for free. And obviously the biggest source of free silver is the clan boss, and you should be doing clan boss every single day. And I'll give you an example of how much silver I get for clan boss about every month or so. If I open up my RSL helper and you see it here, I get about 3.4 million silver every month just by doing my clan boss. I'm not spending any resources anymore on upgrading my team for the clan boss, but it's crazy to consider that this amount of silver is only for maybe 2 items leveled up. But of course I get other stuff like gems, I get sacred shards, void shards, ancient shards. All of this loot is from me. Almost, I think I do this every single day. It's 4 bosses because I have the ultimate team, which means it's a 1 key power for each clan boss difficulty. And a good example of rewards, I just opened up my transcendent chest, and finishing off here is I got 10 gems out of this one, which those gems can translate into energy when you're playing the game. I got a sacred shard, which is an insane reward out of the ultra nightmare difficulty, which is the highest one. Okay, I got brews, which those don't really translate so well into silver. I got a 6-star piece of gear, which for me is no good, so I'll just straight up sell it. 72,000. Boom, I sell it. And then you also get a superior potion. Superior potions, just have in mind, as I've mentioned earlier, these take 100,000 silver to get one of the graded potions, 10 of the graded potions into one superior potion. So have that in mind. That insane value, if you exchange it, you just get it because you focused straight up going into the clan boss. Have that in mind. This is a very, very important thing when you are growing your account, to also understand that since silver is a resource that I can use to make better my account, how can I save most? Usually the answer is clan boss, and the good thing is they haven't really nerfed the clan boss as much in terms of at least the rewards that we get. They never removed, let's say, the sacred shard from in there, and I hope they never do, because that would be honestly the end of raid if they ever did that. And going into the next part of the video, and the final part, is gear cleansing. How important is gear cleansing when you have an account such as this one? Well, my account is an endgame account. I consider it an endgame account. Other accounts out there might have less gear than me. Other accounts might have even more, and in their mailbox, it means you are not strict enough with the gear that you keep. All right, let's say I have this amount of, let's say I have the maximum, which is 1,300 artifacts. To get 1,300 artifacts all the way to level 16, it's an insane amount of silver. It's at about 1 million. Let's say it's 1 million silver each, which is the lowest estimation. That will be 1.3 billion silver just to get all of these items blindly to level 16, regardless of how good you are. So you need to understand on when to sell your gear and be more strict about it, just because of how expensive it is to upgrade them. A good rule of thumb, I would say, for upgrading gear is to first upgrade them to a couple of levels. But also, when upgrading gear, you need to understand, okay, which gear is really worth getting to level 16. Does it make sense to get this piece to level 16? Does it make sense to get it to higher than, let's say, level 8? Good example is this one. Boom, look at this. This is a stone skin 6-star rare item. So it's a rare item. It gives me critical damage and speed. Does it make sense for the stone skin set to give you speed and crit damage? Well, only if you're using this set for a damage dealer. Speed is not that much important for a damage dealer. So speed and critical damage by themselves don't make sense. It would make sense if it was speed and maybe another stat, if it was critical damage and maybe another stat such as crit rate. But since this is not good, I will go ahead and sell it. So the cost of me leveling it up higher will not be there for me. I won't have it in my mind, and I'll get some silver back. And that's how you need to be doing more and more gear cleansing. Myself, I'm in a different position as a content creator because I also keep gear even with, you know, the roles that I would consider as bad. And I'll give you an example. It's a gear rolled with a 1 on each of the substats. So this is an example of a gear that I would sell personally for more end game accounts. This is not really worth it because it's a 6-star and you lost a lot of the benefit from the 6-star having a double roll on one of those stats. Let's say the speed substat or the crit damage substat. The resistance substat is an absolute 0 on crit damage sets. So this item I would probably sell if I was on a different account. For my account though, because I do showcases, right, you have to have in mind I do them with sometimes with weaker rolls just to show an average build. However, I may be able to round those numbers down and make it more feasible for the average player out there, or a player who has good gear so they can get to the total amount of stats. Let's say 6,000 attack or 5,000 attack and 170 speed that I might be showcasing in a video. And by using this piece of gear, I can get to that easier. But overall, yeah, I hope this video gave you an idea on how bad silver is to get it, how hard it is to get it. Like I showed the RSL helper on how much silver I get, and then how you can actually get it. I would say people should always be using their energy. Don't do as I do here, where I have over the cap. You should be using your energy wisely and then using your silver wisely. That is one of the beginner tips of utilizing your energy. And then finally, the forge. The forge is, I would say, I don't know. It still costs silver to get items, but usually you'll get a net benefit out of crafting an item. As you see, I have so little magic steel because after a CVC I got all those rewards from the CVC and I managed to get a lot of silver out of it. I think I got like 25 million silver from all the crafting that I did a ton of crafting, which is why I've depleted my magic steel. But this is basically free silver. You're going to be crafting an item, right? Clicking the button, crafting an item. You see it, if it's good or not, you'll keep it, but it cost me 10,000 and now I'm selling it, boom, 37,000. I've netted 27,000 silver, just like that. And the easiest way, honestly, to get silver without really caring is when you are making gear that's 3 to 4 star, which you'll be selling straight. It costs 1,000, and how much I'll get back out of this one? I got 13,000, so I got 13 times the amount of money that I've spent, 13 times the amount of silver I spent. Let's do it again just to show another good example. Is boom, 9,000. It cost me 1,000, and this is like honestly the lowest quality. You can't get lower than this, like a 3-star rare, and 10,000. So 10 times again the amount of silver that I've done. Obviously for such sets like the perception, you need to understand that the lowest quality here can also be used here for the 5 stars. But if you're somebody that is farming only the highest quality, you don't care about the 4 and 5 stars, you can be crafting these if you want, or these ones if you want, and be careful of this one if you get near the top amount to craft this instead, right? You don't want to be maxing these out. You want to be always under the limit of 10,000, which I'm so close. I wish there was a way to exchange this, but there's not. And there's an obvious reason why there's not. So this was the video, guys. It's all about silver, the efficiency of silver, how silver affects the whole game economy, and how how bad it is, honestly, even from packs. You should never be buying packs with silver. I'm not even going to talk about this. This is like the worst value. This is only for the biggest whales of the world. All right, the only reason you should be getting silver from packs is that daily pack that we get for free. It's absolutely free every single day. That gives you like 25,000 silver. That should be the only silver that you get from packs. All right, this was the video, guys. I hope it's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.